What's up? It's Victor from the Tabletop Nights with the Tiny Epic unboxing in Tiny Epic Mechs. Now, if you're not familiar, this is from Gameling Games, and their main priority with board games is to make awesome big board games that fit into tiny boxes like this one, which is no bigger than the size of my hand. Now, if this looks familiar, it's because we have actually done some Tiny Epic board games on our channel before in the form of Tiny Epic Zombies. Now, Tiny Epic Zombies focuses more on a cooperative sort of adventure with the ability to do 4 players versus 1 zombie player. We do have some of that content on our channel. So again, more of a co-op game. Now with Tiny Epic Mechs, however, it's more of a battle royale game with up to 4 players. So they call it an arena game. And the main goal of this game is to obviously fight each other by upgrading your weapons. And by fighting each other, you please the crowd and earn victory points. Now, whoever ends up with the most victory points at the end of the game wins. Let's dig right into it. Now, the best part is always opening the box, and like I said before, they squeeze a lot into one tiny little box. There's hundreds of components here. You've got the mechs, weapons, more little pieces, which I'll probably drop and lose later, but we'll get into that. And not 1 inch of the box is actually blank. So on the bottom of the box here, you can see the frequently asked questions. So that's actually a really good use of space there to put on the inside of the box, because you know when you're playing this game, you're going to be removing all the components from the game. So you'll always be able to see that there. All right, let's get into it, shall we? So here we have some program cards, which I'm not really sure what they are, but they're all roughly the same with more details on the back there. So here we go. Purchase, power up. So obviously these are sort of directional cards that tell you what you're doing. Then we've got some really cool weapon cards here. So there's 32 weapon cards. They are one-sided, but the details be good in these. I do like the art of it. And you got to remember, the game takes place in the year 3030, so they're going to be quite upgraded and futuristic sort of cards. Here's Thor's hammer. Really cool detail. Score an additional 1 victory point, I'm assuming, when you use it. So they all have a different abilities. And again, the aim of the game is to upgrade your mech to get the biggest, most badass mech possible. So again, 32 weapon cards. All of them are unique. Some shields here. These ones aren't unique, actually. As I say that, I found some that are duplicates. But there's actually a lot of really unique weapons here. All of them pretty badass, I'm going to say. Pretty badass looking weapons. So I'll put those aside. And then we have some zone cards, which, correct me if I'm wrong, please, I think are the actual field of play. So I think one of the best things about this game is just having a little look at it is it doesn't seem like it's going to be too difficult to learn or play. So hopefully I'll be able to pick it up quite fast so we can get a video out to you ASAP. Now, make sure you subscribe or keep track of our channel, because on the 16th of July, we are recording Tiny Epic Mechs, and thank God this game came today in the mail, so that could become a reality, so make sure you stay tuned. All right, and then we've got some longer cards here, which they had the same size cards in Tiny Epic Zombies as well, and they're very matte finish. Now, there's a lot of matte detail on this, and as you can see, every card is filled with so much detail, so much is going on. Watch this, ready? Watch the back of that. That is some intense information. Obviously, it's a reference to actions, movement, additional rules. They look all to be the same there. So on the back is for the solo mode. On the front is one of the 4 mechs that you can choose from. So there's 4 player cards there. And then you have 8 pilot cards to choose from, which surprisingly, they're quite large as well. So they're quite large. They're not your normal card size. They're actually the same size as your player card here. So they're, again, really cool detail. And I think they all have different abilities. So you've got Tank here, Tough as Steel. You've got Tsunami, Impulse Command, Magma, Power Shield, Rampage, Supply Drop, Wasp, Maverick, Diamond, and Kitty. So, even though there's only a maximum of 4 players in this game, every time you play it, you've got at least 8 tries at the game before you have to repeat a pilot. So that's a lot of cool content there. And then on the back, I think you've got the Power Armor Edition. So you've got normal Kitty there, looking cute as ever, and then she gets a bit more rough when she's powered up. That looks like some badass Transformer stuff right there. That's really cool. I love the detail in these cards. And again, the matte finish is always a little bonus. So you've also got the round card. Nothing too fancy there. And then you've also got the scorecard as well. So you get one of those. So you'll be keeping track of your score all together. That way no one's going to be cheating. But the best card out of all those so far is the giant mighty mech card. So basically in the center of the board will be one mighty mech, and when a player has full health and they enter the same zone, they can enter the mighty mech. Now they can choose between the Sparta 3000 or the Troy 3000. By the year 3030, are we really going to remember Sparta and Troy, I wonder. But again, as you can see, they're really awesome. Heaps of detail crammed on the card, but not too much to overwhelm you, I don't think. I really don't think you're going to be overwhelmed at all playing this game. And then I'm not sure what's in this at all, actually. I don't know. I'm not really sure what this is in the slightest. Little bonus, perhaps. So this could be maybe a Kickstarter exclusive. So yeah, here we go. It's called Tiny Epic Mech Spotlight, so mini expansion. So lights, cameras, destruction. It's prime time here at the battle arena, and the crowd is roaring. Let's see a replay of that last epic battle. All right, so it is 2 extra characters. These cards are actually very beaten up, but that's okay. They're not too bad. They've got some dints in them, but nothing major. I don't really care about that sort of stuff, to be honest. I just play board games, man. When they come, I just play them. So some extra content here, which I'll put back in. Tiny Epic loot box in components, 4 loot boxes. Shuffle up the 4 loot boxes, placing them face down next to the round card. So, I mean, that's always cool to get little bonus stuff. So power up weapon, AD, Hawk mode, and full health. So it's just a little bit of extra content, which, you've got to love. And that's one of the best things about backing Kickstarters. Then we have a shite load of tiny components. Little tiny wooden components. Now, I'm not going to read what they all do, but there's 46 wooden components. And the detail on them is pretty good. I think there's actually a broken one here somewhere, I think. Yeah, here it is. It's a little tiny broken piece of timber, but I'm never really too fussed. I can just a bit of super glue that. I'll put that aside and fix that later. But they're very cute. Again, you're going to lose them quite easily, especially when we record this game. You're not going to be able to see these up on this tiny camera up here. All the way down here, but that's right, we manage. So there's heaps of little tiny wooden tokens that will be quite fiddly to play with, and then you get an admit 1 token. So that's your ticket into the game there. Now, the best part of the game. So when you play, so just say you're playing 4 people, you've got 4 meeples here. They're plastic, they're customizable. You get your weapon. So just say I'm a little dude. I'm a little purple meeple here. I put my little gun on like so. And now I've got a little Uzi or something like that to help me through my battle arena journey. But wait, there is more. So in Tiny Epic Mechs, again, your main point of the game is to upgrade and kill your opponents or make them respawn at their respawn location. But you have to upgrade into a mech. So you take the front off and you install your little meeple in, and he just clicks into place. Like so. There we go. And then you put your face back on. This is so cool. And then you're in a tiny little epic mech there. And then not only that, but you can actually upgrade your mech once again. So I'll put a sword on him there. He's got a little sword. But if I want some added defense to make him more medieval, more Spartan, I will put on a little shield as well. And there's hundreds of little weapons here. Not hundreds, there's literally only 32 weapons. But you've got heaps of different varieties. Little grenade launcher here. You've got a bazooka, Gatling guns, a few shields there. This looks badass. It's like a little rocket thing to put on. This is awesome. This is why I love the Tiny Epic games. But wait, there's one more step. So we'll remove the shield and the sword. And now I'm sick and tired of my normal mech. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove my purple dude. And I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to get the Mighty Mech, it's called. And I'm going to put my little meeple in there. And I'm going to close him up again. And now I have one Mighty Mech, which again is upgradable. So on his little shoulder, I'm going to put some sort of rocket launcher. And on this side, I'm going to put a Gatling gun. And in my hand, I'm going to put a sword. And in my other hand, I'm going to put a rocket launcher. How cool is that? This is ridiculous. This is so ridiculously fun that I just can't wait to get stuck into this game. So again, there's a mech for each person, and the way that your little, I was so confused. I was like, how do we put this mech in here off camera? I was like, how do I do it? Little did I know that they actually unclip, and the quality is quite high. So they're not loose or anything. They clip in quite tight. And again, being able to upgrade them with weapons is just so badass. I can't wait to get stuck into it. Alright, that was the unboxing for Tiny Epic Mechs. We got there in the end. Hundreds of pieces. Can't wait to fiddly play with them and try to put them back in the packaging without dropping one on the floor for my dog to get. But I'll obviously do that off camera. But that's sort of one of the things with the Tiny Epic games is you get tiny components, and especially if you're living in like an apartment in New York and you love board games but you don't have heaps of room, the Tiny Epic games are really quite fun games that are worth it as well. They're worth the money that you spend on them, and they're really not that expensive. I think 30, 40 Australian, which I'm not sure what that converts into in American. Maybe I'll put it in the description, so go have a look there. But again, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like this video, because every like we get, man, it saves a unicorn. I swear to God, it saves a Tiny Epic Mech somewhere. And again, stay tuned, because we will be recording some Tiny Epic Mech content, including a Let's Play. So we'll be doing a 3-player Let's Play coming up towards the end of July. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, see ya.